Are we live? I mean, it shows we are live. Okay, check this stream on social media platform. All right, we are live. Cool. We are live there. Hopefully, we are also live here. Yeah, we are live. And how can I embed the chat? Let's copy this. Can I just like, I don't know. Let me check. Can I do it like this? All right, cool. We can do that. And that should be it. Let's also open this, make it like this, and we can begin. All right, so today I think I can do this. Let me be like this. That's too much room. All right, is there any other way that I can have this in terms of some sort of like a channel or something? Okay, no problem. I will be having the events. I can have embed chat. Let's launch it. I'll do that. No problem. I think this is enough. And yeah, let's start. So I can just have a, back and forth, back and forth. The chat is ready to display message. Let's go here. Let's write something here. Can't we write something? No? Yeah. Welcome. Let's see. Cool. And there's no chat that will come here. So I have to basically open this as well. And we are good to go, hopefully. All right. So in this video, there are a few things that I will do. One is we will start working on our typography system. So we have this philosophy dusting. Let me show you what I have completed offline. Nothing actually outside of what we did in the last video. I just have organized it better. So the first thing that you will see here is that what I have done is created a page. Whatever the page was, I gave that page a name called colors. And within that, I have all these colors. Okay. And then if you open this color, you will have a very well-defined, structure that I have just created. So this is neutral, this is primary, secondary, success, errors, warn, shades. And then I have basically named them, and that's all. So basically it's a grouping. That's all I have done. And in this video, I will do two things. First, I would like to have this entire thing coded in the Tailwind design system as well, so that you can see how we can transform. I mean, I want to just do a side-by-side thing rather than doing it at the end. I want to have a color system set up in the Tailwind by default using this, and then in the typographies thing, we'll start working on the typography part. That's basically what I think I should be doing. And I will be streaming for at least 1 hour, at max 1 hour, because there's a thing that I have to release, which is the Next.js next video. I have already edited a lot of it. It's a big video because it has a lot of optional section, which is designing headers and footers and all of that things. And the concept part is quite less, which is links and navigations, and how the data caching works between the two links when you visit from one page to another and back. So that is the data caching, how that is behaves. It's a very in Next.js, I mean, it's quite bad when I recorded it. I don't know whether they have improved it right now or not. Anyways, let's start with the Tailwind thing. So I'll start with Tailwind CSS. I'll simply go to this and let me just make it as 100% because I have to work on it. I'll just start it and we'll go to configuration. And this is my entire configuration. I'll open my terminal as well. Go inside the courses, go inside philosophy testing, and let's open it inside the VS Code. Yes, I use light theme, and for this purpose, I'll just make it as dark. All right. So everything here is set up. Now I will simply go inside this, and this is where we will basically work quickly. So this is what I want. Okay. And the best thing is I want to remove pretty much all the inbuilt colors, which is not a part of my design theme. So I'll just simply write it as theme rather than extending it. I'll just write it like this, and then I'll write it as colors. And within that, I'll just simply define the colors that I have. So right here, these are the colors that I have. And the way to define it here, it says you can have it like so. Okay, let's go inside the colors. Let's see, we can have color object syntax. And this is how it actually has to be defined. So let's start with this only. I will start with a neutral, and this will be an object. Then there will be primary, which will be an object. Secondary, I believe, will be an object as well. Success will be an object. Errors will be an object. Warning will be an object. And finally, shades will be an object. Now you can have info and all of that. I don't think I require it right now, but this much will be enough. So now here, if I go back, I can just copy paste this whole thing like this. And rather than defining it like this, what I can do here is using the default color palette, because neutral is just this, right? So we can have some sort of like a pre-generating thing. Like for example, we can get this like this. And then from here, we can say colors dot neutral. Hopefully this works. Let's see. This is coming from the colors. So rather than doing it like this, I am sure it is something like this. Now in the primary, I will basically be saying BG blue 700 and BG blue 800, which is 700 and 800. That's the naming that I have given. So in the primary, I have said color and accent. So let's first define that. There's going to be a color, and then there's going to be an accent. Here I will have colors dot blue, and within that I will have 700. Hopefully this is how it has to be, and this will be 800. Now just to check all this out in real time, let's also start it. Okay, now that we have started it, let's go back to this, restart it. We have this as philosophy testing. Let's open our page and let's give it a class name of text primary color, and it is working just fine. And if I say it as accent, this is also working fine. And there's also going to be, let's say, neutral 950 or 500. This is also fine. So everything is quite, like, it is working just fine. Now for the secondary thing, let's go back to this in the Figma. We will have dark and light. So let's go and define those names. Dark, which is going to be colors, which is then going to be neutral 900 and neutral 100. So this will be neutral 900, and this will be light of colors of neutral 100. Then in the success, we can just put it like this. In the success, we have green 100, 300, 500, 700, and so and so. And this is what the success is all about. It's a skipping mechanism. So in the success, we will have 100, and this will be colors green, and this will be 100. Similarly, we will have 5 of them, and I'll make it as 300, 500, 600, 700, not 600, and this is 900. 300, 500, 700, and 900. All right. Similarly, we will have this, and rather than having it as green, we will simply say it is red, and then we will have it like this, and we will say it's yellow, and then we will have as white, which is going to be colors of white, and here we will have black, which is going to be of colors of black. This is black, this is white, and things are quite fine. So let's go inside our page and let's simply define it. What we can do here is we can have a section, and within that section we can have 5 div elements. Let's have 5 different sections, and within each of them let's have a div. I'm just simply trying to see whether it is like working fine or not. The div of 10, this will be 100. Let's name it like this, neutral 100, and like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This will be 200, 300, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 9, and this is 5. Have another one which is going to be 50. Now here we can have a class name of width of 16, which is let's see, height of 16, and the color of BG neutral, this will be 50. Let's first go back, and pretty sure it will not work because we have completely removed everything. in terms of width and everything, but right now it is working. Let's go with SM. Cool. um there's no suggestion here for some reason. Let's see, my default is this. Oh, right. So I should be installing certain like plugins, which is this. Let me just install it, and then I should also get like prettier. Okay, we have this. Okay, this much works for now. This much works. All right, this is too low, so let me make it as this. Now it is fine. And I will also make this entire thing as flex. So class name as flex, and this will be flex row. Class name as flex, flex column. Let me go here. Hello. Yeah, there was some sort of like a network issue. Anyways, so we are back again. So we have this as like flex column, and I simply want it to be have a gap of 2. Let it be 4. Justify these to start and items as center. Let's see how it will look. Maybe not this. Maybe it like this. And this should be row. Yeah, this is much better. And now I will simply say it as flex and make it as center. And justify it as center as well, just for us. Okay, now simply copy this. I'll just copy this and start pasting it like this, like this, this. I have very bad eyes when it comes to dark, so maybe I can just revert it back to gray one. This is much better for me, to be honest. And then this, and then this. All I will do is add these like 900, 800, 700, 600. I'm just simply trying to check, okay, nothing else, because checking is important. 200 and simply 100. Once that is done, let's go back, and there we have it. Approximately around 6, we can start having the text as white. Let's see. We have this as white, so rather than this way, we have to have shades dot white, which is good. So there we go, like this. I'll just add it, add it, add it, add it. and that's about it. So this is my neutral colors, and this is good enough. Then I will just copy this and paste it like this. We'll remove everything like which is other than two of them, and simply make this as primary, this primary, like so. And rather than doing it as 50, we'll call it as color, and here we'll call it as accent. Similarly, I'll just copy this, paste it, make this as secondary light, and this as secondary dark. There we go. For the secondary dark, I'll also have text of shades white, and for here as well, I'll have the text of shades white for both of them. There we go. Okay, and then I will again copy this, paste it like this, and paste it like this. For now, here, which is like the secondary one, I will have shades of white, and for this one, I will have shades of black. And coming here, I will have success of 100. Here as well, I will have success of 300. Then we can just simply keep on scrolling up. 1, 2, 3. That was 1, 2, 3, not 1, 2, 3. But here we are. Success of 500. Then we will have this as 700 and this as 900. Fair enough. Now we'll copy this success thing and we'll paste it. We'll paste 2 times. We'll copy this, just this success part. Copy, 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 copy. And copy one more time. Make it red. And then here as well, success part. Copy. Make it yellow. Okay, I think I just messed up. So rather than yellow, it will be warning. And here, rather than red, it will be error. Let it be error. Here, I'll just simply call it as error. And this is fine. So this is our color design system that we just created. And if you want, I mean, we can have a global here as well. Like this is section, this is section, 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 section. Here I'll just say class name of flex column. Let it the gap be of at least 16. Maybe just 8 is enough. And if we want, we can have things like text of 2XL, which will be neutral. Make it as font of bold. And let's wrap this whole thing inside another section, which will be this. And that section will be having a flex and flex of column, and this will be 2 will be enough. Cool. Now I will just do the same with others as well. Here I can have this, I can have this. Rather than h1, let it be h2. Similarly, let it be h2. All right, this is also working fine. Cool. This is not neutral, this is primary. Paste secondary. Secondary we will have right here as section. Then we will have this, and right here we will have section. This will be 2 as well, 2 as well. This is going to be success. Then we have right here as success, here as section, then again success, section, success, and we can have section. We will make it as shades, we will make it as warning. This is going to be error. And let's go back, and there we are. We have neutral, we have primary, something messed up here, but we have all of this. So let's go and check what messed up there in the primary itself. Okay, so this got messed up. Okay, we don't require this. We have to do it like this. Now it is fine. All right. So this is our color system replicated on our Tailwind CSS, and this is much better. What this will help us do is basically allow us 50. Did I miss anything? No. This will allow us to basically use these files, I mean these settings, directly when it comes to colors. Now if I want something else rather than this, for example, if I want blue 600, hopefully nothing should happen here. So see, everything is gone. Why? Because that color is no longer present. I have overwritten this color completely. So rather than it being a color here and extending the color inside the theme, I simply overwrote the entire color. I don't want any other colors at all. This is my design system, and these are the only colors that I should be working with, and that's about it. And that's exactly what we have. Okay, so that completes the color part, both in this as well as in Figma. Figma we completed last time. If you haven't watched it, you can just check it out if you want to. And this is it. One thing that I will still do is, basically I forgot something in the initial process, and that is that I have to create a file called cn, which is a utility file, and this utility file is for the CSS. So I will add this plugin called Tailwind merge and then CLSX. Okay, let me just stop it. I'll simply rf my node modules completely. I will also rf my package log JSON. Then I will install it. using the PNPM because I'm currently working with code editor of, I mean, VS Code. So PNPM works. The PNPM does not is supported in WSL Symlink situation with PHP Storm or WebStorm or any of the JetBrains. Okay, so this will be a Tailwind merge and all of that. Let's also keep everything updated. Cool. I'll go back here and I'll simply import Tailwind merge from Tailwind merge. Then I'll import CLSX, class value from CLSX. And I'll export a function which is going to be a CN, which will take a bunch of classes, and this will be your class value. And I'll simply return Tailwind merge followed by CLSX followed by classes, and that should do my setting up this CN utility. If you don't know what the CN utilities are, just go to these CLSX and Tailwind merge. You will understand what these are. This is not a tutorial. This is just me building things in public. So yeah. And I have basically chosen the monster art. I mean, monster art here, right? So, I mean, this is good. I'm not going to, contest that. But do I need monster art or do I need inter? This is something that I can decide later. Let's see, what should I be doing here? I mean, this is much better font if I say so myself. Like if I go here, let's see what will happen if I just pass, enter itself. Let's here I'll just copy this, make it as enter. I don't like enter much, to be quite honest. I'll just simply make this as enter and let everything remain as it is so that a quick change happens. And then I'll refresh. Okay, so this is enter. I mean, I can see the charm here, but let's see. If I simply make this as like this. Okay. I mean, the heading is fine in enter, but I like the text better in monster art. Am I like yeah, this is much better for me, to be honest. And since both of them are part and parcel of the next font, I think this I should go with. Cool. Let me just close this, and we are already halfway there. So let's start with this philosophy dusting and typography. What is typography that I will be working on? Okay, what is basically typography simply means you choose the font family, like for example monster art, then you choose the font sizes for different hierarchy, then you choose the spacing between them, you choose letter spacing, you choose line height and things like that. Those are all the part and parcel of typography. So let's start that. How many types of font that I actually need? Like for example, I should not have closed that. like what should be the like type here. um I mean, this section is for, let's say, let me also create one thing inside this app, right? I'll create a folder called design system, and within that folder I'll create another folder called colors, and within that I will create a file called page.tsx. This will be page color, and this will simply return pretty much everything that we have right here. And this will be export default colors. This is the page, and here I will basically do something like, for example, I have a section. This will have my h1, and let's call it design system for while we are creating it, so that we can see quickly what we are doing. And this will contain a bunch of links, which will be link of navigation, and this will be slash design system slash colors, and we will say colors. I'll copy this like this, and this time I'll simply make it as typography. Oh, by the way, if anybody does not remember, in the last video I explained in the very thing that I am a developer, I'm not a designer, so I am just working these things out. So if there's any criticism, let me know in the comments. I hope that I am doing good, because, well, let's just put it this way, I'm learning the design system, and hopefully through this entire series of live design learning system I can just pick it up to some extent, because a lot of things goes, like a lot of keen eye things goes inside this entire design, to be honest. And truthfully, I am very bad in design. Like, yeah, that's the least said is the better. The lesser say, the better it is. Okay, and let's go back. Let's refresh. Okay, let's restart it. Let's reload it. Sorry. Okay, as you can already see, like, we have to somehow style it. Okay, let's quickly style it. First is column. Let's not waste time in this. I think this is working differently. We'll look into it. UL is fine. Within that, we will have li, and then we will again have li. Maybe now it should be like this. All right, let's see. Tailwind, CSS, OL, list. Let's style type. List is decimal. Okay, let's see. OL, list, decimal. Okay, we have this. Cool, cool. I mean, then why it is not working? Some sort of a caching issue? Can do everything as per the documentation and still does not work. Yeah, we'll see later. Anyways, these are all the links. So I'll just mark it as text primary color, maybe accent. Make it as font bold as well. Same goes here as well. Cool. Now if I go to colors, I can have this, I can go back, I can have a typography, and this is where we can actually look into things. So for the sake of typography, what we can do here is we can have a bunch of things. The gap is going to be, let's say, 4, and justify the item as start and items as a start. We will have, say, text of, okay, so there's a bunch of things. First, what exactly should we actually look for, right? I mean, there's is definitely h1, which is heading 1, then there's definitely heading 2, and there's a definitely heading 3. Do I need to go below that? I don't think so. I don't want to. Okay, apart from that, there's definitely going to be a paragraph, which is going to be a, let's say, content. There will also be some sort of like a subheading, which I can call it as 2, which is going to be, say, subheading. Other than that, we will also have, say, caption. We will also have, I don't know, maybe a quote, block quote, some code, right? And let's also have certain things installed, like Tailwind typography, Tailwind forms, Tailwind aspect ratio, Tailwind container queries. We can just go here inside this. We can go to plugins. There we can have this copied like so. Go inside this Tailwind configuration. Here I'll just paste it and simply restart this. Let's refresh. There's 3 errors, which is hydration failed. Okay. Caption section. I mean, it is matching. Because initial UI does not match what was rendered on the server. Expected server HTML to match. This is new. Like, this was totally new. We'll see what it is. I don't know why it is even hydrating it. It was the, this is server component, not a hydration. Anyways, so these are all the things. But above that, I will also have, let's say, a h1 of display, let's say 1, and h2 of display, which is say 2. And maybe heading 1 can be 2, or heading 1 can be just heading 1, and all of these, right? So let's build these here. We have to decide first and foremost the font family. So I will make it like this first. Here, let's have a text and let's define it as display first, right? Font family, font weight, and font sizes. These are all the things that we have to define. Rather than the enter, I will just go with the monster art and make this the starting point of 60, and let it be, I mean, if it's something this big, it should start with semi bold, right? That's number one. Let's have it another one which is going to be bold, and another one which is going to be extra bold. Okay, and this is something that I am thinking of at least 60. Okay, so this is display 1. Let's also make it a little bit like this. Let's call it as semi bold, 60 pixels. Okay, semi bold 60. Hope it works. Okay, then we will have bold 60, and finally we will have like this extra 60. Let's put it like this. Okay, now am I doing it right? Am I doing it wrong? No idea. This is just something that I'm doing for my own project, so I couldn't care less initially. All right, now that these are done, right, semi bold and this, let's also, let me show you how I grouped it before. So first is that this is going to be a display of 1. Now for the display of 1, we can have this, like, what should be the naming, so that when you like group things up, it has some sort of like a styling to it, right? So let's call it as display 1, and this as well display 1, and this as well display 1. All right, I want things which is like color styles like this, so I want a typography style something like this as well. So let's go with the this as display 1. Okay, make this as, like, click on this which is style, and then we can add it. So that's exactly what we will do, but for that to happen, we will have to first put certain things here. Like, first let's align it in the middle. Let's make it as like this. The line height, which is a paragraph spacing, if I simply like increase it, you will understand it this way better. If I do it this, right, we'll see how we can actually do that in a while. For now, let's make it as this, and click on this, click on this. I'll just name this as display 1. This is for typography. Yeah, typography. Okay, I will create a style, and that is display 1. Now if you look here, this is semi bold. It says text, it says bunch of other things. Now here I will go to this. Where it is, this I will simply edit it out first. This is semi bold, this is everything, but the name should not be like this. I think the name is going to be slash, then it will be semi bold 60. We can have it as this, or we don't need to. The best thing will be font. Let's see what it is right now. If I have to say font, it is basically this SM and all of that. Okay, so let's start that way only. This, rather than font, I'll say text. Let's see, is it like text because typography? Yeah. Slash display slash, I mean display 1 slash semi bold. This is what it is. Let me just copy it. Cool. I'll do the same with this. I'll, rather than filling, I'll just call it as textile, make it as bold. This is for typography again. And I'll do the same here as well for the text, bold. This is extra. And this is for typography as well. Sorry. So then if I like remove this, we have first of all these two. Like this. Okay. And these are all my styles. So I'll just make this here as display like text slash display. Let me check how I define this. So there's a primary color. I mean, these are the color component, and these are like color, content, things like that. Okay, so I will define this as extra. I will define this as bold, this as semi bold, right? And these are all my display ones, so I'll just group all of them and make it as display 1. Yeah, display 1. So what can I do with this? Well, basically I can then have some sort of like a component, I mean just text. Let's say something like this in quite good. Okay, now here I can just select it, and rather than defining every time, now I can simply click on this and I can select either of them. Like if I want semi bold, this is go like this, bring it like this, bring it like this. Now if I say it as like semi bold, then if I select this, there I will see that I have a bunch of like this in this semi bold. I can actually edit it out. I mean here I can edit it out, and then I can do certain things here which should change here as well. So for example, if I make it as bold italic, all of this will change, right? Of course I will have to make it as just semi bold, And if I change this to say 96, this will also change. Okay, so make it as 64 or 60. I'll start with 60 only. I think this should be enough for most part, hopefully. In the auto, if I just keep on increasing, this is my entire thing, and like this. Okay, so if you look here, the auto is basically nothing, and this is auto. And for me, this is quite good. This is letter spacing. We can increase it, we can decrease it. Most likely you will want it to be whatever it is, right? And this is your paragraph spacing, this. And the best thing is to let it be, right? Because in headings and big things, basically you have margin top and margin bottom, so this is quite good. So this is it. Hopefully this is like understandable, and so is this. Now if just to check like what is going to be how will this look, to be honest. This is 48, this is 6xl. So this is how it will look in my Tailwind CSS, right? And this much heading is big. Maybe let's go inside Next.js org. Let's right click, inspect. Let's see what is my so-called computed. I'll make it like this. What is my so-called computed style here? Let's see. It is 76. Okay, so we can just go back here. Let's see. Do I want it to be 76? Maybe. Let's go with the 80. This is much better, right? Close it. Make this as 80 as well. Close it. And I'll make this as 80 as well. All right. Then I simply will have to make sure that they are all aligned. And like this. Let's see what the 80 looks like here. 8xl, no, 7xl, which is 72. Okay, let me just check as 80 pixel. All right, so if I make it as font of bold, this is how it looks. Extra, where it is, I think it is black, right? This is how it looks, and this is semi bold, so this is how it looks, which is good. So let's put it as 80, and yeah, we'll look into it in depth. So I can place this down. This is our testing test. Wow, testing text. Let me just scroll it down. Okay, so I hope that this is like clear to me. At least what I will simply now do is I will have it duplicated, put it like this, make sure this are all renamed to 2, like 2. Okay, make it like 2 here as well, 2 here as well, and 2 here as well. Similarly, I will have like one more like this, and this time it will be heading 1, heading 1, not this. It will be heading 1, and there will be no heading as in extra bold. So this will be heading 1, And these are all the things that you can choose. There's nothing that is wrong here, right? This is bold and this is semi bold. Then we can have heading 2. Again, go back, make it heading 2. All of these, what the styling will be, we can actually look into it. This is technically on our end, this is 80, right? So this we can go with, we can open it. We can then go with, rather than 80, let's go with 64. And then we will just simply create a new style, which is going to be display2/64. And this is also for typography. We'll create the style. We'll make this the same way. 64. Here as well, create a new one. Display2/64. I think this is bold. Not, I messed up the first one. Let's see if I am here. Yeah, this should be display2/semi-bold. Okay, I am messing it up a lot. So make it like this, remove it. Display to. Okay, this is getting like out of hand. This is display2. Within that, but first of all, it is also wrong. So let me just all right, let me just delete 2 styles. We'll come here. We will go to this text. I will create a new one, and this will be text. Inside that we will have display2. Inside that we will have semi-bold, and this is for typography. We'll create it. We will go here and we'll create a new one again. This will be text display2/bold. This is also going to be inside the typography. And here as well, I'll go inside. I'll create a new one altogether, and this will be text display2, and this will be extra. This is also going to be typography. Create a style and just simply make sure that this time it is 64. So this is my display2. Now all of these, as you have already seen, can actually change quite rapidly. Like if I don't like it later, right, I can just come here and I can just change it, and this will be reflected throughout my entire site. This is the part and parcel of this tokenization or atomization, so that later when we can just simply change it at one place and it works. So for now I can just see how it will look, which is good. If this is 80 and this is like, this is 80 and this is like what, 64, then what should this be, right? And right now we are only doing, currently I'm only trying to do the for the desktop. we will also have to have for the mobile version. And the rule of thumb that I will follow here is basically like the upper limit or the desktop size of this lower one should become the upper one of mobile. So for example, if this is like for header, I mean for desktop, then for the mobile, this should be display one. So I'll just start to we'll do that as well. Somehow I will figure it out. For now, I will basically create a new style. I mean, here, we'll make this as say 48, and we'll create a new style, which is going to be text slash heading 1 slash semi bold, and this will be also inside the typography. We'll do the same with this 48. We will create a new one, which is text slash heading 1 slash bold typography. And I hope like I'm quite clear what I'm doing, right? Hopefully there's nothing like there's any sort of confusion what I'm doing. This is building in public, so fair enough. This is also working good. So I will pause this like live thing right now. What I will do next time when we go live again, most likely tomorrow, most likely day after tomorrow, for this philosophy testing part, basically I will have all the typography set, right? And then I will just go basically in that video what we have done for the colors in this video, I'll do that there. The technique is quite clear. You define one thing, you create a new style, and once that style is like created, you go about and do things, right? Right now everything is inside this text like this, which is display 2 heading 1. So, and the hierarchy goes like text slash display 1 slash this. Okay, we can look into other aspect as well maybe, but this is enough. And maybe I am doing things wrong in a way that I'm also defining the font weight with the font size in this, right? So maybe there could be some sort of like a differentiation, right? For example, these two can be decoupled. I don't know, but I'll see what can be done. Maybe there's a better way to arrange this. Maybe I don't need to group everything inside this this text. Yeah, we'll see. Tomorrow you will have, maybe day after tomorrow, I will have everything here as done. And we have at least decided on 3 things. One, we have decided the font will be monster art, and I have decided the font will be monster art, and the font, the display, there will be display 2 headings, heading 2 and all of that is right here. So yes, I think for that purpose we are quite clear. All right, that was it. And now I will simply go back to my editing, and hopefully I release one Next.js, I mean the next Next.js videos right today. All right, and tomorrow hopefully there will be 3 more videos that will come out, not in the Next.js series, maybe only 1 video in the Next.js series hopefully, but 3 more installation series and 3 more videos in the installation series. All right, so that's it. And I can just pause everything. They have type scale, which has curated font sizes set for design. Yes, I know, Vinod, the thing is I don't want that. I mean, I am designing my own design system, and I want this Tailwind to conform to that rather than using their inbuilt, because then it is like too much. So think of it like this. In my head, what I think is that Tailwind is a meta design system which helps you create your own design system specific to your own product or your own app or your own project. And what I want to do is I want to strip out everything that is not required for my project in terms of colors, in terms of font sizes, in terms of font weights, in terms of everything, right? Spacing, letter spacing, paragraph height, pretty much everything that I don't require. I don't want it. I simply will completely skip everything out as much as possible. That's my thinking pattern. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see later. Yes, I think my first got deleted. I was talking about real. Yeah, there is this thing like this is real time colors. I also have it, right? So basically you can randomize it. I understand that, and it is based on this randomization is why I selected this whole thing. I mean, these colors are based on those randomization only. So yeah, I mean, I just love this tool. In the very first video, I think I created this. I mean, I showed this tool as well, but yes. Also, you can actually have like shades, compounds, and things like that. Moreover, you can also go into this font setup, and you can have all this like headings and type scales and pretty much everything to just see whether it works or not. And finally, you can export it either in CSS or in Tailwind. So I know that, but I would like to do it from scratch with as much customization as possible. That's what I'm doing it. Okay, hopefully this is good enough. Just to recap one thing. Yeah, type scale as well. Exactly. So just to recap one thing, I will have in my channel, if you go to this channel, I mean, this is currently going on, but in this playlist, this setup and installation, 3 more videos have been recorded. One is for WSL, one is for setting up inside now WSL and setup of web development. Second is basically how to set up a Next.js starter template as well. Okay, and then this is the playlist which is ongoing. 8th video will come today by 10, hopefully. It's a big video. There is a lot of optional sections there, but this video is what will cover links and navigations. So that's it. The optional sections are for the styling and all of that, because we are kind of like building a very minimal dummy project side by side. Not a real project, not a real block project, just a very minimal one. So yeah, that's about it. See you next time. Maybe day after tomorrow. Okay, let's see. Time to stop. Bye.